years. Well, now that's really good. 28 years, yes. So, how this came to be was one morning I was laying in bed praying for my unit. Yes, your sales director prays for you. Did you all know that? Okay. So I was praying for my unit. And something came to my mind. And Randy, I don't know if you remember this moment. But years ago, she and I were out to breakfast or lunch somewhere. And there was a few of us, and we were discussing what do we think is the biggest threat to our consultants. Therefore, how can we combat that for our consultants? And she said Satan. And I thought, oh, yeah, do you remember this conversation?
I do.
I remember, and you gave me a bracelet as a gift, and then you put the bracelet on me, and you put your hand on me, and I knew you were praying for me. So she said, Satan, that's the biggest threat. Okay, so why don't we just need to amp up prayers, right? So that moment came to me, that conversation. And then I swear God said, you need a campground atmosphere. Everybody's in casual attire, matching shirts. Doesn't matter where you are on the career path. And we just need a day together. We just need a day together so that we can infuse as directors love and belief into you in a super relaxed atmosphere. So I called Becky. I said, God told me this. You think I'm crazy? She said, no. You need to share it with the other directors next time we have lunch together. So there's a reason to be a director if you're not one yet, is you get to have lunch with all these amazing women. And so I shared it with the women that were there that particular day. So I just need Tiffany, Diane, and Becky to please stand up so we can applaud them because they are the ones that took this money with me. They are the ones that helped make this happen. Stay up. And then we need all the other directors in this room to please stand. I want you ladies to know these women love you. They are your cheerleaders. They have your best interest in mind every single day. They pray for you, and they want you to call them. They want you to reach out to them for help, and they have so much wisdom to share with you today. So we'll give you an idea of what the day is going to look like, but I just want you to know these are they just not beautiful women? They're just beautiful women. They would be even more beautiful to you. So I encourage you, get to know the other sales directors that are here, along with the other consultants, okay? Thank you, sales directors. Okay, let's get something straight. I'm gonna be I don't know where everybody is on their faith journey, but I do know. Put your hand up if you are where you want to be in your Mary Kay business, 100% you're where you want to be. Wow. Okay, isn't that a beautiful thing? One could say, well, that's frustrating because it's endless. You're going to get to your next goal, and if Mary Kay Ash were to congratulate you, she would hold your face in her hands, and she would say, congratulations, what's next? Right? So you reach a goal, and it's time to set the next goal. And then you reach that goal, and it's time to set the next goal. I promise you, if God put a dream on your heart, He's going to give you every tool that you need to make it happen.
Here, here.
Okay? It's up to you to grab those, to look for those, and to seek every moment you can to find the tools, the people, the resources to get to where you want to go. Because I promise you, I know that they're there. Okay? So that's one thing I want to say. He gave you a dream, He's going to be with you. The second thing is, who has a vision board? You have a vision board? Okay. I still have my very first significant vision board. I showed my unit on Zoom recently. And I don't remember who said this. Maybe there's another director in the room. I think Heidi Gelser said this. You have a vision board, so does Satan, and you're on it. Okay? So let's get down to business. Let's have some fun. And let's make this happen for you. And know, again, that your director loves you. Please get to know the other directors while you're here today. Okay? They are incredible human beings. Okay. Are we excited to be here? Yeah. We're excited? Okay, say so excited. So excited. So excited. So excited. Okay, all right, you have for 30 minutes on a particular topic, and you're gonna have 5 minutes after she's done teaching to work on what she taught about, go potty, grab a snack, chat with your neighbor, whatever you wanna do in that 5 minutes, okay? And you're going to answer these questions regarding that topic. I'm gonna encourage you.
Rachel, you do not have a purple folder and a question. I'll give it to you. Okay.
Okay, so I want to encourage you to write the name of the director that's teaching and the topic in each of these. So there's 4 sections, one for each trainer for you to answer these questions. National Sales Director Suzanne Brothers Emeritus said, you go to a training and you don't put it to use, it was just entertainment. Okay, so this is what's going to happen when you leave here. What are you going to do with what you learned here? You're going to fill this out for each topic this morning. So you're going to hear from a director for 30 minutes. Are you so excited? Yeah, say so excited! Okay, all right, so 4 outstanding teachers. At the end of the time, you'll have 5 or 6 minutes to go through whatever you want to do. Bathrooms are out on that wall. And there is a man's bathroom as well, but since there's no men here, feel free to use that one, except Fred, but.
Just knock first.
Fred can climb a tree, I guess, okay? He knows we love him, he knows we love him.
That wouldn't be the worst thing that's ever happened.
Okay, so, and I know everybody's here for different reasons. We just want you to be open to whatever God has planned for you to hear and learn today, okay? So feel free to take notes. I hope you grabbed a notebook and pen on your way out the door. Are you all so excited? Okay, lunch is at 12:45. We're gonna have 45 minutes, okay? And that is time to visit with each other, get to know each other. You might need to get some work done if that's what you want to do. You might need to reflect more on these questions. You do what you want with your lunchtime. After lunch at 1 o'clock, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have breakout sessions, okay? Breakout sessions. Group 1 is going to be out at the picnic tables. This is consultant basics training. So if you are somebody that feels maybe you're new, or maybe you're not new, but you still feel like you need those consultant basics, okay? Maybe you left your business for a while, you've come back, you're wanting to restart, that could be you. Maybe you've been in a while, but you just feel lost, that could be you. Or maybe you are fairly new, that could be you. Okay, so group 1 is consultant basics out at the picnic tables, okay? This is at 1 o'clock after lunch. Group 2 is in this room.
1:30. After lunch, breakout. Sorry,
1:30, sorry. Thank you.
Yes.
And that is going to be boost your business with fresh new ideas. Okay, so that's going to be in this room. And then the other group that you can choose from is going to be out in that room. And this is going to be for the duration of the rest of the afternoon. And this is going to be Q&A time for you. So as you're getting trained this morning, jot down questions that you have, and you can address those in your breakout session in the afternoon with your trainers. You're going to have 2 to 3 trainers in your afternoon session for you, okay? So out here at the tables is if you are somebody that's wanting to max out on the career path, okay? So you're looking at leadership, you're looking at, leadership, maxing out on the career path, okay? So those sessions will begin at 1:30 and we'll come back in here at 3:15. You're gonna have quite a bit of time for Q&A, group discussion. I want you to keep something in mind, okay? When you're asking questions in the afternoon to the sales directors that are there for you, please make sure that your questions are something that would be helpful for everybody. It's not a time for, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, and we don't want the whole time to be focused on one consultant and what her issues are. We want everybody to have a chance to ask questions, and when we had our directors meeting, we just want to make sure that what you're talking about is something that would be valid for everybody and helpful for everybody. Okay, they would be pertinent to everybody that's there. Okay, we're so excited.
So excited.
Okay, I'm so excited to be here. Okay, so do you all love the shirt? Yeah. Yes.
It's super soft.
It is. Yes. Thank you, Diane, for getting these shirts for us. Okay, so let's talk about why we have a bike on this shirt. So I want you to imagine you're on a Mary Kay journey and you're riding a bicycle this journey. So I want you to draw a bike on your piece of paper. Draw a bike on your piece of paper. Real quick. And the wheels have, you're gonna do a plus sign in the middle of the wheels. There's 4 spokes. 4 spokes. And my unit has heard me talk about this so many times. These are the topics for this morning. There are 4 spokes on your wheel, on your bike, okay? If one of them is weak, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, would you agree? We want all 4 spokes on that wheel to be strong. So here are the 4 spokes. These are things you need to manage well in your business. Money, so you're gonna label this. One spoke is gonna be labeled money. Another one is skills. Another one is time. And another one is emotion. So you are going to get 30 minutes of teaching this morning on each of those 4 spokes so that you can have a strong bike for your Mary Kay journey, right? Everybody get this? Are we so excited? So excited! Okay, all right, so just wanted you to have that visual. That's why we have the bike, and that's what we're gonna focus on for you today, okay? Making sure you're strong on all 4 spokes. Okay, money, skills, time, and emotion. Money, skills, time. Okay, all right, so our very first speaker is Tiffany. Before we do that, before we pass this torch on to Tiffany, we're gonna go ahead, Becky doesn't know I'm doing this, but Becky's gonna stand up and start us in prayer. Because that's how we do things in Mary Kay. Thanks, Becky, love you,
All right, let's get ahead to the prayer. Holy Father, thank you for today. Thank you for this group of women and for the families that they represent. Thank you for this opportunity we have to come together to learn from each other to advance as
it's just my life sometimes just gets the best of me.
All right, so,
But
do you know?
let's see.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Do you know that within your
I'm here.
power lies
Yep.
every step you've ever dreamed of stepping? Do you know that within your power lies every step you've ever dreamed of stepping? And within your power lies every joy you've ever dreamed of seeing? Within yourself lies everything you've ever dreamed of being. Any idea who said that? Mary Kay, yes. So, Mary Kay created this company for women to be able to live in their priorities of God first, family second, career third, right? You know that. She wanted women to be able to dream again, not be stuck in there's more money than there is money, not be stuck underneath someone who is out of the household, if the time arises. So, she wanted women to be able to dream again because of their financial stability. Working your business full circle provides. It wasn't dreams on a hope and a prayer. It was to learn to become good money managers, businesswomen, and entrepreneurs. And we pass that along to the children and those around them. So it's not just about you becoming your best, it's who you can bring up with you in this business. So the NASDAQ, we love that, right? So the NASDAQ published a study January 12, 2025, after surveying over 1,000 people. Half of Americans, I found this staggering, half of Americans have less than $500 in their savings account. Half. 39% have less than $250. Ladies, if your car or car alone, like a tire goes out, they don't have enough to cover that. Their secure. I was talking to my husband. He's like, I guess their security blanket is their credit card. It's not their bank account, it's their credit card. And that's scary because you're paying how much interest on that? So, experts recommend 3 to 6 months of emergency savings. So how much in your brain do you think, on average, you would need for 3 to 6 months of savings? Okay, maybe you write that on your paper. How much do you need to be able to survive the necessities, like your mortgage, your car payment, all those things? So, 25% of people have less than $2,000 in their savings account. Most have less. 19%, no savings at all. 21%, that is almost half, have $1 to $250. And 11% has between 250 and 50%. If you need those, you can come find me at 11. But of the people, 25% have $2,000 in their savings. That's going to be typically your baby boomers. They don't have kids in the house. They've got their, their retirement coming in. They're living within their means. That's your baby boomers. The older Gen Zers and young millennials, ages 25 to 34, of those, 23% report that they have none in most households. Everybody here okay? Love it. Okay, so, but with that being said, only 25% have 2,000, and over 50% have 500 or less. And we have unlimited income potential in our business if we choose to work it. So, why are these statistics important? Because people wait all year for a 25-cent raise, a 50-cent raise, a $1 raise, and that's if they're lucky. When we can go have a party this weekend and make 50%. Okay, so another statistic, Smart Asset conducted a study in March of 2025 that to cover the needs, discretionary spending, and your savings goal with inflation to live the same as last year, 2024, in 2025, you need $5,844 of extra income this year than you did last year, as an individual. As a family of 4, you need earnings of closer to $9,360. Anybody else surprised by that? Like, shocked? And yet we go, I don't think she can do this with me. No matter what kind of job she has, she needs $5,344 in extra income. She got a 25-cent raise this year. Okay, to say that, I wanted to make sure we know that it is as honorable to buy as it is to sell. Good. Okay, so we gotta get serious about working our businesses and sharing with others, even if, again, she looks like she has a cushy job. I've partied my way. My name is Tiffany Schumann Sheets. Tiffany Schumann Sheets, for anybody who doesn't know me. And I partied my way to pay off my student loans attending college full-time or working full-time, because I do have a second after my Mary Kay. So, but you can do it too with some of these simple tips. So in your packets, I'm not going to read exactly what they are, and there's going to be things I don't cover, but we have money management tips here. And then Kathy's going to talk a little bit more about the compensation plan a little bit later, but it's always good to know those. Those are what's in your handout. So these are some 5 of my top tips. Number 1 is your receipts. No documentation, no deduction. So Connie Kitson, this is Kristen Sharp's mom. She's the National Sales Director Emeritus. She recommends, if you're not very good with paperwork, and some of us high eyes are very much not good with paperwork, like me, to grab 2 envelopes. You put your sales tickets in one, money coming in. You put your sales or your expenses going out in the other every month. And then you can file these, and at the end of the year, you have your expenses and your income all together. So it's very basic. If you maybe aren't doing a whole lot, or maybe you just need a system to start with, this is your first system. Then I graduated to a file folder for keeping track of my receipts. And you can categorize them like food, like events, sales, and you put them all in here, okay? So, and then you can get a bigger one when you need more files. Okay, so that's our first little tip here on our receipts. The second one is you can also use a spreadsheet. So if you're good with Excel, you can put everything on Excel. If not, stick with your paper, put it in the file. And then the last tip I have with your receipts is print everything. So if you Venmo'd your director to come today, did you print that receipt off of your Outlook or off your Google Gmail? If you didn't, you're gonna be like kicking yourself come December or January when you're doing taxes. Like, I don't know, you're like scrolling through how many thousands of emails. Print off your receipts. If you buy from MK Connections, print off your receipt. That way it's easier to find and you are managing your money well. Okay, second, envision for me. Oh, this is good. Second little tip here is envision for me. How many people drove more than an hour to get here? Okay, good. How many? Did they drive 2 hours? Okay, almost. Okay, so every mile you drove, you're just tossing out cash. Every mile. Just going, just bye. I don't need that. Not now. Oh no. Oh no. But that's what we're doing. We're throwing it in the fire. There's 10 of these. I'll get them out. But with that being said, your IRS deduction this year on your mileage is 70 cents. 70 cents a mile. So okay, not quite $1, but you figured it out. So I just tossed, I drove over 60 miles to get here, $60 just out my window if I did not write it down. So here's what you do. You need to keep written track of your mileage. Now this can be done in an app. There's cool apps out there that track it. It's not my style. I like an Excel sheet on my Google that I can just like look on my spam folder. I can just look on my phone, pull up my Google sheet, type in the number, okay? Other people, they keep a little notebook in their car that they pull out every time they're gonna do their drive. You put the date, you put the beginning mileage, you put the ending mileage, and then your total.
Where you went.
And where you went. Yes, that is huge because I'm not gonna remember per se if, heaven forbid, nobody gets audited. But if they ask you like, what did you do August 23rd, 2025 in 3 years, they ask you that, you're gonna be like, hopefully you have your calendar, but you're like, I don't know. You need to know where you're going. So that is crucial when you're keeping track of your mileage. Okay. Third tip here. Would you steal from your job? Okay, let's make it a little bit easier. Okay, would you steal from your parents? Grandparents? No? Oh my gosh. Well, don't steal from your business. Every time you take $1 out of your sales ticket, you're like, I just need to run to the gas station and I'll put it back. Don't worry, I'll put it back. Do you remember to put it back? It gets really, really confusing. So every dollar that comes into your business needs to go into an account. So we have our first account. It is going to be a separate checking account. You don't have to call it a business account at your bank. It's just a personal account that all your money is going to flow through. Your sales go in there, your expenses come out of there. With that being said, you can choose a second checking account. I do, because I keep my savings in there. So every week I save when I was a consultant, I saved $25 to be able to attend all the events. Seminar, career conference, this event, $25 a week from my sales. Now I know you're gonna think, well, what if you didn't have any sales? Well, then I took 50 the next week. Because coming to events is super important, and when you plan for it every week, then you're gonna be able to go to it, and it's not gonna be a question of, do I have it? Number 4, keep your business spending to a minimum. We know things are very cute at Court of Achievers and MK Connections, and we wanna buy it all. And the dollar store gets me every time. But it's important to make sure that we are wise with what we're purchasing. Maybe you grab 2 instead of like the 7 you want, you can go back and you can get more. Or you can make it cuter because they come out with something different, right? So be wise with your spending, pace yourself, and maybe sell to earn it. So did you know you can get MK Connection vouchers on your Star Prize? Yeah, see? That's a great way to earn your beautiful storage tote. Or if you don't have a beauty coat, great way to grab that. So, last big tip here for money management, number 5, is to give yourself time to grow. So everybody wants to join and make $100,000 in your first year. Right? Like, who wouldn't want to make that? A little unrealistic, right? So give yourself time to grow. The first year and the first little bit of your business, you're planting a lot of seeds. You're asking someone, like, hey, can you book a party? They're like, I'm really busy right now. I just put the kids back in school. I have no idea what's happening in my life. Okay, that's good. You know, somebody else is like, I can't afford the CC cream right now. Things are really tight. I just bought a car. That's okay. Hey, do you want to come to an event? Maybe next time. Every time that you're connecting with people, you are planting seeds. And most businesses take 3 years to turn a substantial profit. So I dare you, I know I've seen a lot of you guys for a long time, but if you're new, I dare you to commit to working your business full circle 3 to 5 years, whether it's full-time, part-time, but consistently, so you don't miss the harvest of all the work that you and your director have put in to gather customers, gather friends, gather recruits. And remember, don't compare because it steals your joy, because some people are gonna do this way faster. They're gonna make more at their first party and you make nothing. They're gonna have 7 people join their team and you took 7 years to have 1 person join your team. So, don't compare, but if you do get discouraged, you're gonna ask your director. So, now, in order to make a good profit, right, to make a profit, we've got a whole skincare party. Alright, so great profit does not come from your comfort zone. Great profit comes from your growth zone and happens outside of it. Great profit does not come from your comfort zone. Great comfort comes from outside of that. Okay, so we're gonna do a little 60-40 split group activity here. So, the goal, Connie Kitson says she keeps a pink account and a green account in her business. And the pink account is gonna be your 60% that we're gonna save from every sale. And the 40% is gonna be your profit. So you can choose to have a checking account where you just put your profit till it grows to what you're paying for, or you can put that in your family's bank account. It is your choice. But your pink account is 60%, and the goal is to keep as much green as possible in the 40%. So, pink account, 60%, 50% of your profit plus 10% gets you your samples, that section 2 items, your office expenses, invest with that $25, you can put that out of there, and your discounts. Oh, sorry. I was reading different lines. 50%, 10% is your samples, section 2 covers shipping, PCP, and limited edition items. Your green account is going to be 40%, and this is going to be your profit. However, many consider taking additional expenses out of the green account to pay for their business expenses before paying themselves. So to drag out all crazy. So, additional things that come out of my personal green account, my profit, because I want my business to keep running, even if I went a little crazy at the dollar store, okay? So, hostess gifts come off my green account, come off my profit. Those office expenses, I take them out first, so that I'm always able to do whatever I need. I have paper, I have ink. I invest for the future, that's the $25, and I take my discounts out of my profit. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick example. So if you sell $100, what would be in your 60% pink account? 50% plus your 10, how much would be in that? Oh, okay, good, okay. So that means we're profiting how much? 40, perfect. But what if you give her a $10 discount?
A lot of your profit.
Yes, okay. So 60% is still 60, even though you gave her a discount, but she only gave you $90, so you only have 30 left. But what if maybe she was a hostess and you have other orders, other people came to a party, so you have profit coming in here. But what if a $5 hand soap or a special gift for being a hostess. How much profit do you have now? 25? 30 minus 5. So you now have $25 on her $100 order. So what I want you to see is to be cautious on your discounts. It is a great way to honor customers. It's a great way to treat them for bringing people to you. But if you just straight up run discounts all the time, you're not making 50%. You're making 40% minus the discounts you're giving, and that is a little bit not allowing you to reach your goal of whatever you're looking for, whatever you're working towards. You're not going to reach it as fast as giving them on discounts. Okay? So, it's gonna be a little truth nugget. I always told myself that in order to earn whatever your goal is, maybe it's a diamond ring, it was up to me to see the faces, hold the appointments, and work like crazy to make it happen. Because it is not my customer's responsibility to have to buy a crap ton in June just because I wasn't working all year. That make sense? Like, I don't want to be begging them. I mean, they are great. They are going to be behind you. If you are a little bit behind, they are there for you. But I don't want to be the one going, I kind of took all of May off. And now I'm really behind, so everybody buy stuff. Okay? So, it is critical money management to make sure that you have a personal goal and a Mary Kay goal. Who has both? They know what their personal goal is and their Mary Kay goal. Okay? We have a little bit of work to do. Okay. So, I mentioned that I pay for my student loans and my car loan. That may not be fun for you. Paying off debt may not be fun. So, you gotta add in a personal fund goal. So, maybe your goal is to pay off $500 of debt, and you're gonna get a penny. So maybe we'll say 100. So $600 is your goal. You do not get to get a penny with your first $100 profit. You put that on your debt 5 times. And then you go get a penny and treat yourself for paying off your debt 5 times, $500. So your personal goal ties you with your family and will make you work when the ring sparkle dulls and you convince yourself you don't necessarily need that dream item anymore and you have enough jewelry. You're like, no. My goal right now is to get Christmas lights up on our brand new house with my Mary Kay profit that I get from sales. And I really love Christmas lights, so I'm gonna work. Even though I really like the ring too. My family is important. Also, did you guys know it's double credit month? Week. I know, sorry. We are in a double credit dash.
Yes.
Double credit dash, which means with 500 wholesale, it's selling $1,000 in the next week. Ordering 500 wholesale, you are maxing out with 2,000 retail credit towards your ring in a week. You all can do that. If you don't have a strategy, we're going to talk a little bit about it this afternoon, but your directors can help you too in strategizing. But could you imagine selling $1,000, putting $500 in, well, 60%, whatever, but $500 towards like debt or my Christmas lights? Do both. Okay, so in my packet, we're not going to do it because it'll take too long here, but in my packet, on the 3rd page, Mary Kay, remember, she wants us to dream. She didn't just want us to, be annoying business people, right? She wants us to dream and provide for our family. So, this is your dream come true. If you've never paid for something with your Mary Kay business, okay, do this. Who has paid for something all with their Mary Kay business and it felt so good to say Mary Kay paid for that? Okay, if you have not had that feeling, this is what's going to help you do that, and it is a great feeling. So, this paper lines out what you're going to pay for, how much profit you need to be able to do that, and then it's going to reverse your numbers into how much sales, and divide that by how many months. Okay, so Christmas lights, the permanent ones with the LED, strip to them and stuff, they are not cheap. I'll tell you that, not cheap. So, they're going to take a few months to earn that and pay for the installation. Okay? And that's okay. But could you imagine coming over to my new house and you're like, Tiffany, your lights are all pink. And I'm like, I know. Mary Kay paid for them. Okay. So you can do that at lunch to be able to find that dream number for you. Okay? And then you're going to take that dream number and go to the next page. Who here has used the thermometer goal sheet? Okay, so we have some new thermometers. Okay, good. How many people look at it every day of the month? Okay, we have one. Okay, so it's important to keep you and gives you a thermometer to track it. And I dare you to put this on your mirror and on your refrigerator. And I dare you to fill it in as close to a couple times a week as you can. And I guarantee someone in your house will ask you, have you filled it in? It's not moved. I was like doing my hair, okay? So, it's gonna keep you accountable towards your goal, okay? So, those are 2 things you can do at lunch to work towards your goals. The next thing I want to share with you, I'm gonna say it, and then we're gonna say it together. So, I create wealth for my family. My future is unlimited. I create wealth for my family, and my future is unlimited. Let's say it again. I create wealth for my family. My future is unlimited. Could you imagine saying that in the mirror every day? Because you know you can go to work to achieve it. So Mary Kay Ash saw an opportunity to put hope and dreams, I was talking about, back into the lives of women of all ages by using our skincare products and our business opportunity to change the lives of women. So, and we know, whenever we ask Mary Kay, like, what could I ever do to repay you? What did she say? Pass it on. Yes. Okay. So, money management is crucial for your own business. Doing that 60-40 split every week, so you know exactly what you're taking in and what you're putting out. And sometimes you're going to have weeks where you're like, I didn't need to spend $50 at the dollar store. I only made $25. Okay. So that means you're negative 25 for the week. So you got to figure out what you're going to sell this week and make sure you don't go into debt in your business. Right? So this training that I'm going to teach on next for the next few minutes is one that Rachel Bullock put together. She is a future executive senior sales director with Mary Kay. That's all her yep, okay. And so she mentioned that you can make a great income selling this product, right? Who loves selling a product? I did it for 7 years-ish. Really, that was all I did. So I sold a lot of products. But the common denominator of customer service is that there is a limit. So the more customers you get, do you remember her skin type? Whether she likes luminous or matte? Do you remember her color of foundation? There is a limit of how many customers that you can service well, but there is never a limit of how many team members that you can have. So here's why that's a thing. So, did you know it costs more to have customers out of pocket? You've got samples, the preferred customer program. You send them a Christmas card, a birthday card, an open house card, tissue paper, bags, cute things you find that you think are gonna like, candy, you gotta ship it, you gotta get the shipping supplies, overhead. That's all overhead for your business to run it well and treat your customers well because we love them. But it costs some money, right? And we're happy to do it. But did you know that the main thing that team members utilize, do you know what it is? They use your time. Now I know sometimes you're like, I don't know why the Lord put her on my team. But they utilize your time and they begin to see your mindset. And you get to transfer your strategies and your encouragement. That's some pretty hot ticket items that can't be bought, but change her life more than the skincare product. So duplicating yourself by adding team members gives you a further reach. So I'm gonna lose my voice, I'm so excited. Okay, so that means that you can't care for 10,000 customers adequately. Now if you have like people helping you, like there's possibility, but like not really, not 10,000. So we get to give great customer service and add team members. There is no limit to those team members, but it takes powerful courage to grow your team. It ain't easy, but it is worth it. Okay, so now I have this little paper here. You guys have cute, colorful, welcome air balloons. Okay, we're gonna go through a little bit of a money breakdown, and forgive me for any errors that I may say or not, but we have, for the consultant side here on the left, with one new Great Start Qualified added to your team, you're passing on those skills, you're doing what Mary Kay asked you to do. When you have one team member who gets Great Start qualified with a 600 wholesale order, we profit 4% on our first team member. So in that first little box with the dollar sign, underneath 4%, write $24. That's how much you made. Isn't that nice? You didn't have to sell that, you just have to help her. Okay, but we get a $50 bonus. Who knew we got a bonus? Shake your head. We got a bonus. Bonus, yes. So that means you're gonna make $74 on a Great Start qualified recruit. Your very first one. That's pretty good. That's almost a pedicure. Depends on how much you tip. So now the goal here, put a little star by the goal. Next line is to have 5 team members active so that you can cash in on your 13% income. Yeah, you got 13%. So that being said, when you have 13% and you add a team member, because you have 5 active, you're gonna make $78. So right underneath goal, write 78 where that dollar sign is. Okay, but you're still gonna get your $50 bonus. You know what bonuses? So that brings you to $128 in that monthly love check column. Okay? Now, if you multiply that by a year, you're gonna have $1,536 next in the row. $1,536. You're not okay. So we have $78. We get a $50 bonus. Keep going across. That is $128 of your monthly check. And go across yearly. That is $1,536. I know. It's all going to be mostly across until then. Yes. Okay. You're filling in where the dollar signs are. That helps you with the paper. Okay. So when you have 2 Great Start qualifieds in that row, in your monthly love check, at earning 13%, you would be profiting $256 in the month. And that is a total of $3,072 for the entire year of adding 2 Great Start qualifieds every month. Who could choose $3,000 extra at the end of the month? Me too. Or end of the year? I mean, anything. All of it. Okay. So 3 Great Start qualifieds. Monthly, you would be bringing in $384 every month. $384 on the 3 Great Start qualifieds. And your yearly love check would be $4,608 for the year. $4,608 just by adding 3 Great Start qualifieds a month. And again, if you need me to look at my paper, you can do it after lunch. So, and then 4 is going to be the goal. Can we say goal? Goal! Okay. So 4 is the goal because when you have 4 Great Start qualifieds, you cross that $500 threshold in the month. You make $512 with 4 Great Start qualified, and that's only if they're coming in with 600 on the top. Like if they come in with like 800, or they come in with like 1,200, you're gonna make more. This is just 600. Okay, so 512 in the month for 4 Great Start qualifieds. For the year, that is $6,144. $6,144. Everybody go, wow. Okay, so you remember at the beginning I said a single individual needs $5,844 to be able to live the way they did last year and this year. 4 Great Start qualifieds every month. And you got it. That doesn't even include your sales. And I love sales. Okay, so you guys want to see the difference between a consultant and a director real quick? Okay, so I did mess up on the paper, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So 1 new Great Start qualified with 600 wholesale in. It is not, I think I said 26. It is 13 plus 23. So it's 36. We make 13% profit on our personals and 23% on our unit. The total percent is 36 instead of 26. Yep. So cross it out. Okay. So now commission with making our 36%, 13% because she's our personal recruit, and 23% because we're leading a unit. We would make $216. So right underneath that little box where we corrected it to say 36, $216. But as a director, did you know we get a $100 bonus for personal Great Start qualifieds? Ooh, 100. We love it. So that means 216 plus 100 is 316 in our monthly check. And at the end of the year, we have $30,792 at the end of the year. 316 in our monthly check for 1, and $3,792 for 1 Great Start qualified a year. And a month, sorry. Yes. So that means just for 1, we're getting paid more than 2 as a consultant. Now we love consultants, and if it's not your calling to be a director, that is okay. But the potential Okay, let's do 3 real quick. 3 is for a month of 3 Great Star qualified, you would have $948 in bonuses. In commission. Sorry. 3. Did I skip 2? I'm sorry, we'll do 2. 2 Great Star qualified is $632 a month for a grand total of $7,584 a year. $7,584 a year. The monthly 2 Great Star qualified is $632. Okay. And then 2 Great Star qualifies for the year is $7,584. Okay. 3 Great Star qualifies. In the month, you would make $948 for a month. At the end of the year, you would have made $11,376. $11,376 with 3 Great Star qualifies.
That's adding a $300 bonus to the.
We're not there yet. Yes, the bonuses are included.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. For 3 is $948. And then the year end for 3 Great Star qualified is $11,376. And this is where the magic happens. So remember we
is 216 times however many.
Yep. Okay. So 4 Great Star qualified is where it gets fun for directors. Then we get an extra $400 bonus from Mary Kay when we have 4 people. So that becomes $200 per person. Okay, so hear me out. With our 316 monthly check that you get from 1, we get an extra $100 per person. Okay? So when we add all of that up, 4 Great Star qualified with our double bonus is $1,664 for the month. $1,664 for the month, and the year is $19,968. $19,968. So who here could use an extra $20,000 at the end of the year?
I'm excited.
I know. Okay, so what I want you to see from this is that you can, as a consultant, be able to provide that extra $584 for your family. $5,844. As a director, as a director, you can hit 3 Great Star qualified and be able to fit that family of 4 just by doing 3 Great Star qualifieds a month. It's huge. So there's unlimited earning potential, and I wanted you guys to kind of see that just from duplicating yourself and they can take care of their people and you can focus on yours, that you can unlock almost unlimited income. That's all. Thank you! Okay. So now you guys, we're gonna give you, if you need to go to the bathroom, you can real quick, it's not school, but we have this little piece of paper for 5 minutes or a few minutes we're gonna take. You're just gonna take it and look at money management and what did you hear that you want to implement? How will you do that? What difference will it make in your business? And who is next on your list to share the product or the business with after seeing this? So. I did.
Okay, guys, it's time to get a snack, go potty, fill out your paper, and we'll get Randy started on this.
somebody comes back and doesn't
They're up
have
on
them.
that desk.
So they should each have 3, right?
Yeah, but I missed one.
Sorry. You're fine. Okay, everybody should have 3 handouts for this next session. 4 handouts.
I went drinking last night with the guys from the shop. They got me drunk. I'm feeling every ounce of it since I woke up this morning. So I told you 11. I was like, we have to stop and get food. We have to. But we didn't. So I've been hangry through the car ride. And then I was like, I got
Hey, Randy? Randy, I didn't get anything. Okay, so everybody should have this one with the pink or red print at the top. And then everybody should have this horizontal one with the blue. I need this. Okay, and then everybody should have one that starts with when evaluating. And evaluating. Okay, we'll pass these this way. Keep your hands up if you need when evaluating. Skill versus training. Skill versus training. When evaluating. When
Everybody ready? Get some sugar, you're all fired up.
Okay, everybody has 4 handouts.
Now that you have more handouts, you don't need these, right? Let's talk about, how do you determine if you need more skills in Mary Kay or if you need more training? You have to ask a lot of questions, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. How many of you are really skilled at the booking classes? Stand up. Good.
Okay, class, who's good at it?
Okay, now you keep standing up. Keep standing up, and everybody look at these things. Because if you're not an ace at booking, there's your shadow. That's what you want to do. You want to listen to them. You want to come and sit next to them because they're taking pictures of you. They want to know who you are. So, it should make you feel better. But it also should let you know what you need to do. So how do you do it? The same way Mary Kay taught us. My name's Randy Lincoln. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I've been in Mary Kay for 41 years. I love the business. There's always something new to learn. I don't think I would get that with any other company. I really don't. But being your own boss is hard. Okay? Unless you're severely disciplined. Somebody has to hold you accountable, right? Don't you hate it when your director holds you accountable? You want to see a whole unit ghost you? I ain't doing that. Why? You know, if you can say to yourself, I'm not doing that, you're such a great salesperson. You sold yourself. So why don't you sell yourself on how great you can be? All right? So how many of you are really good? You've got the class down to aces. I mean, you are so good. You're in, you're out, you make money. Stand up. Yes, ma'am. Class average. Eight.
Oh, wow.
430. 430.
Probably about
4,500. Mine's about 8,900.
Wow.
And, but why? Why do you think our classes are high?
We do them more often.
Kind of, but I can go right, I can come into your same 6 or 4 and do the same thing. Like? Product confident. You are disciplined on yourself.
You do it every day, and, you know, in the mirror when you're doing your own face.
Put some dolls around the table for heaven's sake. You don't have to worry about what they're saying, or what they think of you. But you can find out how good you are in class. I'll tell you, the answer to that question was closing. How many of you are magnificent at closing a class or a sale? I love it. It's once I learned how to close, I only did the class to see how the close was going to go because it was so fun to see people who's, oh, I would never, just give me everything. And maybe add 2 of those too, and I'm like, the product didn't just change. So, how many of you need closing? You need help with that? I think that if we kind of get together on our skills, that the Fort Wayne area and the top people could do videos just for the Fort Wayne area to learn how you do what you do. I mean, I don't want to keep this to myself. I want everybody in my unit to have a class average like that. But there are a lot of people in here that aren't quite that good at it. That doesn't mean they're not going to get it. Doesn't mean I knew how to do it before. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Go back to when you started Mary Kay. Many years ago. Scared to death, just like most of you. Knew I'd never be in a free car. Oh my gosh. That was for those special people, Special? Yeah, well, I got a lot of people calling me that, but. Getting a car, getting financial independence, being able to quit my job. All of those came from, you better know what you're doing first. And I gotta tell you, Mary Kay gave us the greatest asset that we can have. If you will get on your in touch and you will go through that Mary Kay University, I don't care if it's your 2nd or 40th time, it's gonna teach you things that have been added in there that weren't when I was. We used to have to drive our orders to a courier and wait for 4 hours to make sure she made it there safely with millions of dollars in the car, to see if you were going to be a director, you got your car, whatever. Now we just hit a button. We couldn't do our orders now. It was craziness. It's changed a lot. And it's a lot more to add to a new consultant's plate when they're starting, because now they have to learn Pro-Pay. They have to learn how to set up a website. All of that. And then after $35 website and probate, it's not worth anything until they activate with an order. Did you know that? Yeah, that website, those are worth nothing unless you activated with an order. So it's kind of hard because you've got a whole different edge to train people on. But if you can do the Mary Kay University, and I suggest you do it, learn what you need to learn, then find the people who are good at it. And I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest gifts you will ever have to walk into a class, to book a class, to get on the phone with different verbiage and have people, yeah, I want to do that. I really do, I want to do that. There's no better time than right now. We have 22 new products launching. Do you think your customers get excited about that? That's all you have to say is, we have 22 new products. And I want you to come over and learn about this. And we do have 22 new products, they're pretty good too. All right, so one of the things that I started with is a problem identifier that I made up, and this is, how do you build your customer base? There's so many ways that you can build your customer base that will work for you, not someone else. Does that make sense? I mean, there was no such thing as Facebook when I started Mary Kay. There was face-to-face, that's all we had. And,
Does everybody have this one?
everyone with the pink
Everybody
belt.
knows.
And what I did was I created something that I hand out to my unit, and because they're always saying, where do I get customers? I'll hand them this so that interview. Just follow it. And is this skills or training? You know what? It is both, but you better get training to learn how to hone your skills. Does that make sense? People always want to know. I feel like the majority of us are overtrained and underactive. We could do so much more, and there's so many people out there. They want you right now. They need you right now. They do. So, just go through that. I want you to go through that list. I'm going to give you about a minute, and then we'll see where you're at. This will throw them into the emotional intelligence too. Everybody answer the questions? Wait. I just don't like having to try to teach somebody something when they can't be a part of it. Slide yourself in where you go and you'll bring what you need to do. I want to talk with you about skills because sometimes you have great communication skills for working at the factory, but not for working with a woman one-on-one, teaching her how to do makeup and so forth. Sometimes you have to change your form of communication. Listen to other people. I can tell you, F.C. Elmer was such a great role model. And I can remember sitting there watching her so that I could memorize what she said because she was so effective. Honestly, I think she went to the sharing board more than anybody that I've ever, and she didn't talk about it. She just went, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But don't keep blaming, well, I don't have the training, I don't have the skills. I'm not like Randy. You shouldn't be like me anyways. You wanna get on that university. Find out every little detail. Write down however you need to write it down. Practice your program. Question, how many of you are propane? Excellent. Stand up. Propane. Yeah, propane, you know how to use it. How many of you have ever had a recruit call you and say, my customer said she ordered, but I don't have it? Yeah, and it's because they're not going to their InTouch site, they don't have it connected so that it's emailing them. I have a all right there for you, but we keep going to get more training, Tony. Let's go get some more training, that'll make it better. It won't make it better if you're not practicing. That's where you get the skill. Because believe me, coming out of labor and delivery, not wearing makeup or skincare, and becoming a Mary Kay consultant was nothing but a disaster in my mind. And God had other plans for me, so I know He has other plans for you too. But you've got to work with Him, and you've got to get your skill, and you've got to quit telling yourself that you're not good enough for this. Because that makes you the perfect salesperson. You should be selling your butts off. Does that make sense? Okay, now I did not give you this sheet because I knew you would start working on it.
Never used it very well.
I'm gonna give you this sheet and I don't want you to do anything on it until I tell you to, okay? Once again, I hate to have a lot of paperwork, I really do, but sometimes it's easier for you to look at the paperwork and see where you're at. Just like the director's check. I mean, isn't it nice to figure all that out? How much would I make last month if I was a director? It's kind of nice to know. Thank you. And I know a lot of us. How many of you want to be a director? Stand up. I want to be a director. Okay. Your hand. Okay. Woo! So I'm going to see you in the class this afternoon, right? And I've got some pretty heavy hitting questions, so be ready. Okay? Because if you're ready to be a director, why do you have to know these skills? Why do you have to know all these skills?
You want to be able to teach your client, your customers, and your offspring. You got to be able to explain each and every product that Mary Kay has,
That's right.
so that the people that are under you and your customers are very well informed.
That's right. And that's what they appreciate. That's all you have to do, is let them know that you want them to know everything about the product. Whether you use it or not is irrelevant. But I know a lot of you say, I watch you on Facebook all the time. You know why I do that? Because I'll take something, one product, show it, tell them all the details about it, and why they probably should at least try it. Then I let them decide. Comment below. Tell me what you learned that I taught you today. So they'll comment below. Sometimes I'll have 6 people enter, sometimes I'll have 30 people enter. And what do I do with those? What do you do with those leads? I mean, if they're your customer, that's fine. If they're not, what do you do?
Follow up.
Say again? No. Right. Do you have a Mary Kay consultant? Just text them, who's your current Mary Kay consultant? If they don't have one, then you introduce yourself. But you just don't take each other's customers. You don't. So, and that wasn't a bad answer, because that's what I would have said before. But that's the type of skill and the training that we need to tell people. We need to teach people about our culture. This is, you know what? This is a powerhouse in here. These are successful boss babes. The money that is in this room, that Mary Kay has allowed us all to generate, wow, did you ever think in your wildest dreams? No. Isn't that crazy? It's just, and it's unlimited. I mean, it's wonderful. But know what you need to know, because you have to teach other people. Anybody decide they don't want to be a director now because of that? Just checking. Just checking. There is a thin line between people who want to be a director and people who just want to be a successful consultant. Both of them are fine. You can make great money being a consultant. But if you just want to be a consultant, be the best. So that when they watch you and they have fun and they want your job so badly that they come to you and say, could I do what you do? And, you know, your job at it. And say, I think you can. that it's just not a sales job. You know what I mean? I never have had to sell anything, but I've had people ask me for it. After I give away a free product, this is another free item. So I go back live on Facebook on Thursday at 7 o'clock. They can all jump on. And I tell everybody who's entered the drawing, pull one out. My husband's hand pulls one out. They call him the hand. Because he had more friends. So he pulls one out, they get that. What do you do next? This is how I added 68 people in a 2-week period of time. It was the dumbest thing I ever did, and it worked. Yes? What's next?
So the ones that didn't win, then you contact them, and then again, who's your consultant, if they don't have one,
Right.
great, I'm your new Mary Kay consultant, and then at that point, if you wanna offer a discount on that product, you know, to make up for the fact that they didn't, you can do that. It just kind
Exactly.
of depends on what you wanna do.
Yeah, you can send them whatever. You can give them a discount that night until midnight. Doesn't have to be huge. But it was a little bonus for them answering your question. And you can do it on any platform. And I always tell them what I'm gonna tell them, and then I put the giveaway alert. And I call them corporate first, because before they made the shift with us being doing more social media, that was something that they wanted. And they said, you're good, your verbiage is fine, go ahead and do that. So, but 68 new customers, and 49 of them became skincare customers. So it's simple, but it's a skill that you have to learn, you know, the little intricacies. Make sure you ask somebody if you need to know this. Just to be fair, we want you as Fort Wayne area directors to know that you can call us. You can email us, you can text us and ask us, what do you need for that? What do you need for that, okay? And my telephone number is 260-312-7862. Now you've got your sheet. This will kind of help a little bit when you try to determine what you've got. Like, the top 3 on the left are all about product knowledge. Do you know everything about our product and then some? Probably not. Probably not, especially when they keep changing things. So you always have something to learn. It's your job, it's your responsibility to do that. I mean, I can read it 25 times for 25 people, I'll get really good. For 24 other people don't even know we have a new product. Be careful. So, how many of you know the skincare regimes well enough that you can tell anybody? How it works, what happens? Great. What are you doing now for your customers that you called and said, cream to powder's going away and so's a mineral pressed powder? How are you doing with that? And we don't have that, do we? We have no pressed powder anymore. But the silky setting powder with a damp sponge is fabulous. And they think I've lost my mind until I send them a sample and they try it. And they're like, you know what, I like this even better. You know, find out, try things on yourself. That foundation selector, how many of you have tried that? Wow, that's been dead on with almost everybody who's tried it. I'm kind of impressed. Even one of my consultants said she went ahead and tried it. It was what, 3-4 shades lighter than, and it was perfect. She said, I've been looking for this shade for so long. And I love that Mary Kay puts right on there. There is no other AI product that will do this job and tell you what your product should be. It's pretty nice. Makeup application techniques. Are you good at it? Can you take them from a work day to a night out? Would you like to learn that? Then let's find somebody who's doing that. Do not go online and watch somebody on YouTube who is not Mary Kay. Please don't do that. Thank you. Please don't do that. It's just not right. I love it when I have several Mary Kay reps, and I'm sworn to secrecy that they do Mary Kay. I did a makeover on one, 12 years ago, and she still uses that as her Facebook page. We did the whole makeover, and then she handed me her Mary Kay book and said, now tell me what in here would I use to do this? And I said, I have no idea. I don't know your product. I said, that's the difference between you and me. I teach people, and you sell product. It's the truth. I mean, honestly, they kind of make us look really good, don't they? They really do. What are you doing?
Well, you kept saying you had a bunch of Mary Kay reps. They were Avon.
Avon reps, yeah.
Yeah.
I did think of it.
Yeah.
The fragrance and body care. Do you do a lot of sales with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling you. I'll tell you, I swear, the top in the Fort Wayne area when it comes to fragrances is Miss Lucille. Miss Lucille started with me 41 years ago as a consultant, and I think she just puts a little basket with fragrances in it and takes it around, and she can come in with a $900 order from fragrances.
Wow.
I don't know how she got the problem.
Good job, Miss Lucille.
So, sales techniques. Booking appointments and parties. Well, I just can't do that. Yes, you can. You just haven't made it comfortable for yourself. That makes sense? So listen to somebody who does. Tape it on your phone. Listen to it over and over and over. Write it down if you have to. Then go try and book class. But be excited about it. Can you imagine? Hi, Becky. This is Randy. I just started with Mary Kay, and I'd like to have you come over, and I'd like to do a facial with some fragrance.
I can wash my hair.
But did you hear that lack of enthusiasm? I'm sorry. I'm not going to her either, and I know her pretty well. Be careful of your communication. Be up, be happy. You know, Chuck Surratt still uses Mary Kayism where they may have cubicles, but they all have that mirror right in front of them. So when they're doing customer service calls, they're looking at themselves. You should be too. You can hear a smile. Hosting effective skincare classes. What did I just say? What makes it effective? Full circle does make it effective. Inviting people that you think might be interested. Maybe not inviting people that you already know are never going to wear makeup, but they probably love the skincare. You know, make sure that when you call people, you're not making it sound like, I'm desperate, I need money, it's the end of the month. That is so disheartening when we do that to our customers. Just don't do that. Closing and following up. I'll tell you, when I learned how to close a class, that was just one of the most powerful moments I ever had. And I remember sitting down thinking, there's no way this is going to work. And I closed that first class. I had everything written down that that person told me. And by the time I walked out, I had booked every one of them for follow-up. I didn't even care what the sales were. I had all these bookings. And I had a high sales. Everything that I needed to learn was on that closing that she taught. So go find somebody who's good at what you want to learn. I mean, all right, your Pink Cadillac directors, raise your hand. Hey, they're pretty good at what they do. Go get them. Say, I need to come and watch. Maybe not go to a meeting, maybe sit at an appointment in the corner and shut up. Don't ask questions during their presentation. That's disruptive in your ask all the questions afterwards, and I'll be happy to answer them, okay? So as you go down this sheet, you'll notice that the current proficiency is either beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Where are you? Start at the top. Product knowledge, skincare regimes. Are you beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Just B, I, or A. Do you need training, yes or no? Go down that sheet, and you'll be, if you're honest with yourself, you'll be amazed at what you need to learn that you thought you were really good at. And that goes for all of us. We all have to keep ourselves in check. Because, you know, sometimes we just are on a roll, we get going, we don't even think about it anymore, and we're forgetting things, and we didn't realize it. So stay on top of your game. But I will tell you that if you come into the class later today for fast track, when it comes to skill and training, oh, it all changes when you're on fast track. When you are becoming mid-management and you're moving up and you're a director of the IQ, you have a whole different set of rules, okay? So, skills are learned. And that's number one, you need to dress the Mary Kay up. You just do. No matter what. If that doesn't set right with you, don't do Mary Kay. It really makes a difference. It was one of the corporate heads that I said, you know, I go to work in jeans, get out of work, take off my scrubs. I said, I have one dress. And they said, well, just let me. Well, you want to tip somebody up? Jerk it back one minute. Just take it back. Does that make sense? And just say, you love me. And that really fired me up because I thought I can do that. I really can. So you've got a lot of information on here. You've got a lot of information on how to fix it. But Mary Kay always taught us, follow somebody who is doing what you want to do and learn how they do it. Easy. And I did. And, you know, Epsie Elmer was my adopted director, and she taught me more. Oh my gosh. She was hysterical, but she was also, this is the way you do it. If you don't want to do it, it's not gonna happen. And when I got into my pink Cadillac before she did, and then she got into her pink Cadillac, and we had a little talk. She said that this didn't go the way that it was supposed to. But she also, that was the day that the Fort Wayne newspaper came out, and both she and I had our pink Cadillacs in the driveway, standing there as the neighbors are going by honking, you know, and so, I know you have a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to write down what you got here. Take a picture of it, send it to me, ask me how you would do this. But directors, these are the things, you know what, it's almost like we need to make mini videos on propane, on your website, the things that we never used to have to do before, because there's a different technical attitude that you've got to have with Mary Kay. It's a gift to us, but there's a lot of people say, I can't learn that. I said, you know what, I'm 70 years old. I learn it because I have to teach you guys how to do it too. So I can't say, I just don't do that, and I'm not gonna. Those days are